from Bugeye Guys. Today we're talking about this really handsome Ford 5-speed transmission going into a Bugeye. We just took the transmission out and this is what we found inside. A little pile of parts. Now this is something we have never seen before. This is all that's left of this. So this is a throwout bearing if you're unfamiliar. It rides on this little fork. Looks something like this when it's new. This is a carbon friction surface that bears up on the pressure plate. When you step on the clutch, this thing, which would be oriented more like this. No, it's oriented like this. When you step on the clutch, it pushes the pressure plate in. And if you sit with your foot on the clutch for too long, you wear out the throwout bearing and it ends up looking like this. And if you keep going and do nothing, you end up with this, which I've literally never seen anyone go that far. But once this all fell out, which is what these pieces are of the carbon old brush, then you're just grinding the clutch into this housing. And if you keep going, you end up with this, and then the pieces fall out. And what we saw was just a fork with no throwout bearing at all. So this is the progression from new to worn out to imploded. And it's a real problem. It's something we see more often than we would like. And the bad news is these things can also fracture and fall out even when they're new. It's just not a great system. You have a non-moving surface against a spinning clutch pressure plate. So the right solution is to have a roller bearing, which is what you get when you convert to a Ford 5-speed conversion kit, which is what we sell in our catalog. And this roller bearing will last pretty much forever. And when you step on the clutch and this is bearing against the pressure plate, the bearing takes the heat instead of just this immovable object, which is sacrificial and eventually wears down. If you are keeping your rib or smooth case transmission, we sell a throwout bearing that's roller like this. So you can take this thing out and put one of these in and accomplish the same benefit of this 5-speed conversion, at least as far as the throwout bearing is concerned. So definitely a weak area in all Sprites and Midgets from 1958 through 1980. They all had this kind of inferior design. And I'm afraid that the original ones were probably better than the modern ones. I'm not sure if the quality's gone downhill, but we've seen an awful lot of these fail. And so a roller throwout bearing is a really, really smart upgrade. You do all this work to take the transmission out and change it in your car. If you don't have the roller throwout bearing, you run the risk of having to do it all over again should your throwout bearing fail. And if you do nothing, you end up with this. I just cannot believe this. All these years, we've never seen one that was just obliterated, but there it is. So that's what we're working on this week. Throwout bearings and 5-speed upgrades here. Check out our catalog if you're interested at Bugeye Guys.